coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support, man. DC stand up, man. Yeah, you know TBP Nation is bumping. You heard? Man, big love to all my subscribers, man, all my members, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Stay tuned, man. We doing some things behind the scene. We working. We trying to grow, but we need y'all to help, man. We need you to hype me up, like me up. Make sure you subscribe. Check your subscription. We got a lot of things I'm working on. I'm trying to get this merch out, coming, and the book. Hopefully by the end of next month, man, it will go to print. So y'all keep your fingers crossed. Let's go. Let's get it. We out here. We in it. Listen. One little thought made me think about making this video, man. As y'all know, y'all who've been following me, y'all know when I was in Southampton receiving, because the journey been crazy because I was in the jail for a minute. I told you, fighting my cases. Fighting in the jail like I don't know what, but I'm still not knowing what prison is like, you know. But I know if there's anything like the jail, okay, you know what I'm saying, you rumble, you get your rumble on, whatever the case may be. Bunch of dudes in one place, everybody mad, everybody irritated, so you know, don't nobody know each other, don't nobody like each other, everybody trying to get their frustration off, so it's understandable. So boom, but everybody saying prison is, you know, you got to get ready for prison. Prison is this, that, and the third. So I remember when I went to Southampton, it was a transition. It was different, you know what I'm saying? Because even you got this a lot of people that you don't know, but you interact with them more than you do in the jail. In the jail, you just gonna interact with whoever in the block with you because you ain't out and about. So the transition was you out and about in Southampton receiving. You go outside with everybody. You know what I'm saying? You in the day room with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Only time you ain't with nobody is when you in the cell, and that's just you and your cellie, right? You know how things transpired there, you know, with the Italian dude, somebody else picking on him, he ended up swinging on me. I had to put the, you know what I'm saying, put the paws on him, you know, because this is all I know how to do. All I know how to do is fight. You know what I'm saying? So put the paws on him, cut my receiving short, boom, sent me to the wall, right? At the time, like I tell y'all, you know, for the new people, the wall was the worst prison in the state of Virginia. It is the state penitentiary. The wall was the state penitentiary. 500 Spring Street, Richmond, Virginia, right? You got dudes who's been in there 30, 40 years better, you know, and everything in between. So normally when you go to receiving, you know, you're going to transition to a prison. You're going to a prison either way, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people go from Southampton receiving straight to Southampton, right across the street, you know, to the farm, Southampton Farm. You know, especially young people. That's what Southampton was known as, a young people institution. So more than likely, that's probably where I would have went had they not, you know, put the Mickey in the deck on me and send me to the wall. You know what I'm saying? I'm young, man. I'm 20 years old. You sending me to the wall? You know what I'm saying? So I go up in that joint and just pulling up on it in the big, if you pull up the pictures of it on the internet, you'll see it's like a big old castle, man. It's like eerie and dreary, you know. It's like just pulling up on it. Then the things you heard, that goes on in here, things that you heard that didn't happen in here, it's messing with you. You know what I'm saying? In your mind. So I'm like, man, this is, you know, you in it now. And I'll never forget, man, when we get in, man, this is, I don't know, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12 of us. When we get up in this joint, I don't know nobody that's going there with me. So when we get up in the joint, man, I'll never forget it, man. The dude was processing us and stuff. So, you know, I never been in prison before. I don't know nothing. It's like they're going to tell you something. They're going to give you some, okay, look, this is what you're supposed to do. You got to be right here. None of that. None of that. You heard me. Hey, get over here, get this. All right, look, how many we got? We got this many. All right, okay, come get your bag. So he giving us like an old. It will put you in the mind like a what do they call it? Like the Army GI Joe bag, right? And the GI Joe bag is like it's big old long joint. You know what I'm saying? Like a oblong joint you put on your shoulder. This joint supposed to get you a roll of toilet paper, underwear, t-shirts, state blues, sheet, blanket, pillowcase, or whatever, socks, stuff like that. All right, get your bag, come on, move out. And get the bags, move out, we going out, and the CO say, he asking people for their name as we go by one by one, blah, 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 blah. So he get to me, he say, say your name. I told him my name. So where you come from? Cause I'm looking like the youngest one at the time. So I said, Southampton receiving. He said, receiving? I said, yeah. That mama looked at me and said, welcome to the jungle. I said, huh? He said, yeah, go ahead. Next one. And boy, that joint stuck in my head. Welcome to the jungle. So years later, when that song was out with one of them rock and roll bands, like, welcome to the jungle, we meet here every day. That's all I thought about when I heard that song. That mama said that to me, and that's why I say one thought a spark of memory, because I heard that, you know what I'm saying, just strolling on the internet, and somebody was playing it in a video, and this is what made me think about this video. So looking back in retrospect, man, boy, that sucker was not lying, bro. He was not lying, man. He was really trying to be facetious, but he was really giving me some awakening. He was letting me know, bro, you come from receiving? Welcome to the jungle, because that's exactly where I went in. And that's exactly the best analogy for it, man. It's just imagine you on the other end of this video. Just imagine you going into the jungle right now. Nobody never taught you. There's no tour guide. There's no person out there showing you nothing. It's like they set you right in the middle of the jungle. Give you a Bethlehem, give you a knife, and leave. And just leave, and you just gotta survive. That's exactly what it's like, bro. When we walked up in that joint, and you look around as we walking in, and we going to the block that we was going to, and you seeing all these windows, this big old, everything was made of brick, you know what I'm saying? And you seeing the windows, you hearing the voices of people hollering and yelling and stuff. Everything is concrete, brick everywhere. I'm like, man. And we get on the inside, and they pop the little salad port door. They open the door, roll two. And all the doors, everything is bars. You know what I'm saying? Steel bars. And we walk up in that joint. And when you walk up in the joint off the top, you see this smell. This smell, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it, but it's like it's dull. It's dull. People say it's deaf, but it's like it's a dull, pungent smell. You know what I'm saying? And you hear all that roar as soon as we walk in there, because we the new bloods. You know what I'm saying? And man, your skin gonna start to crawl. I know mine's did. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting goosebumps, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, man, what the and it's, you look up, and it's a tear, then there's another tear, then there's another tear way up this joint. People hollering, people shaking the bars. Ah! And you like, man, you know, and at that moment, I'm not thinking about what he said, welcome to the jungle. But now, looking back, that's what it's like. You walking up into this joint, people hollering and, hey, man, come here. Hey, Shawty, come here. Hey, you. Hey, Slim. Hey, come over here. Hey, where you come from? What's up? Yo. It's like, man, this crazy. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know nothing. Just you got this big joint on your back. Now you wait for the dude, the CO, to tell you what cell you going in. So he giving out sales, you know, he call your name. I call your name, this is cell you going in. Make your way to your cell, make your way to your cell. You know what I'm saying? So boom, when he called my name, he say, oh, I think I was in 436, 436, something like that. And that's the top tier. I'm like, man, what kind of luck I got? I don't like heights. And I'm like, man, folk, and dudes is just calling, you got dudes whistling. And I'm like I say, less than 12, somewhere up in there, 8 to 12. And dudes is whistling. You heard dudes whistling like the cat call Jones, like, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, come here, hey yo, come on. Like, man, I know one of them not be talking to me. I swear to God. I swear to God. But that's how you feel. It's like your whole everything, your whole adrenaline is just flowing, man. It's flowing. It's like it's some like you never had. It's like when you get ready to rumble and you know it's a mean fight that you get ready to be in. This is how your adrenaline is pumping through your blood, bro. And I'm like, man. So boom, man, dudes is calling and crying. I'm looking at faces, but I'm trying not to look at faces, but I'm looking at faces too, seeing who hollering, seeing who whatever. I got this stone look on my face, like. But all the time, it's like you so nervous. It's like, can they see that? Can they sense that? You know what I'm saying? And they probably could because as I got older in my bit and understood, I could see things like that. You know, so maybe they could because it's like, man, my heart was beating so fast it felt like they could. It's like I had to adjust my shirt to make sure they couldn't see that joke. But I assure you, I wasn't the only one. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the environment that you're walking into. You're walking into the world of the unknown. You're walking into a world, literally, you're walking into a world of danger with nobody there to help you. Not your family, not your homeboys, not your friends, not nobody to care about you in the world is up in this piece. And you by yourself. And you're 20 years old. You understand? This is what you facing when you go up into a maximum security prison. And ain't nobody telling you. I'm still blowed at the fact that ain't nobody telling you nothing about what to do or how to do or when to do. They just telling you where you going to sleep, what cell you in. Get to your cell. Get in front of your cell. We gonna come open the door. Get in front of your cell. That's all they telling you. They give you the number of the cell and telling you to get in front of your cell. That's it. Make your way to your cell, man. That's it. Walking, big old bag on your back. Everybody holler, hey, yo, hey, Shoulder, where you from? Hey, yo, man, you heard me talking to you, man. Hey. Then they get belligerent. Hey, mother, hey, that's all right. I'ma see you. I'm like, man, shh, what? Man, you talking about an adrenaline rush. Welcome to the jungle. Man, I get up there, man. I'm standing in front of my cell, man. The dude on this side is trying to talk. Dude on this side is trying to talk. I'm just in front of my cell. I'm just standing right there, just waiting for the police. And, hey, yo, man, what's up, man? Where you came from? Where you at? I don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you ain't trying to talk. Okay, all right, that's cool. Hey. I'm like, I'm just thinking to myself, man, your life is getting ready to be effed all the way up. You know what I'm saying? All the way up. You know, and when the dude finally get up there and he opened the door and he said, "Oh, all right, go ahead in. He closed the door, locked the door, turn the key, peel out. Don't tell me nothing. Don't when you eat, what I gotta do, or how I use the phone, or can I nothing. You get nothing, bro. And I walk in, it says like a dungeon. The walls peeling, the paint scraped off the floor, old beat up bed. The bed you can move. You can literally move the bed. It's one of those joints. You know what I'm saying? Old $20 bed from you can get out here at the whatever you call it, the flea market. You know what I'm saying? And toilet corroded, you know, piss all around the sink. You know, it's disgusting, bro. The water come out dingy brown. You push the button to get the water out. Man, you just look around, man. I look out the window, I can see outside into the real world. I can see the real world. I can see cars going up and down the street. Half of the windows is bust out. They don't even fill them back in because every time they fill them in, dudes bust them so they can holler out to the real world. So it's always gonna be windows bust. You got pigeons flying in and out, pooping all there. Poop. You walk on poop on the floor in there. Poop on the bars. You know what I'm saying? Poop all in the window. Bird poop. You know, later on in life, I found out you could get a disease from that, inhaling that, histoplasmosis or something like that. The reason I know that because I dealt with that on Powhatan. A lot of people. That's how Scott got his position. That's another story though. But at the time, this is just your view of your world right now. This is the view of my world right now. And I'm sitting on two life sentences, 100 and some years. 20 years old, bro. I felt like my life was over. You know what I'm saying? I truly just, it's that moment it sink in on you right then and there. The reality hits you. I'm in prison, don't know when or if I'm ever gonna get out. And this is what I gotta live like. It was just overwhelming, bro. It was overwhelming. I took my big old sack they gave me and I just propped that joint on the bed. It ain't. I don't think I didn't. I didn't have a pillow. Want no pillow in there. I propped that joint on the bed, man, and I just sit back on the bed and lay back, man, and put my head on that joint and just listen to the chaos, the confusion, the noise, the yelling, the screaming, the hollering, the cussing, you know, the arguing. And I'm just sitting there, man, and I'm just rocking this. I'm like, man, I'm just thinking to myself, man, this ain't it right here. This ain't it, man. And I gotta figure out a way. I gotta figure out a way to get the hell up out of this joint. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about not that prison. I'm talking about prison, period. But in your mind, there's nothing you can come up with. There's nothing I can do. You know what I'm saying? As far as I can see, you know. So now you start thinking about survival. How am I surviving here? You know what I'm saying? What's going on in here? You know what I'm saying? Is it really, violent like that? You know what I'm saying? And now imagine you just getting in there. And then later on, they start popping doors, coming around, popping doors, opening doors for wreck. You know what I'm saying? So now they opening these doors, and then you out and about moving around with these jokers. Jokers trying to approach you. Jokers trying to talk to you because you knew you don't know nobody. You ain't got no weapon. You ain't got nothing. You seeing mass confusion. You seeing huge jokers. You seeing dudes mean mugging. You know what I'm saying? You seeing dudes walk around with the junk sticking out their pants. They got a knife. And you got nothing. Nothing. You just got this and this. You ain't got nothing. You don't know nothing in there. You don't feel like you got no enemies because you don't know nobody. You ain't did nothing to nobody. But that ain't got to be the case. Somebody could just look at you and feel like you weak, feel like they want to come at you, feel like you might be a mock. And you got to be ready for that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that was even like more overwhelming. So I'm just trying to get to the phone. I don't even know the procedure about how to get on the phone. What do I do? How to get in line for the phone? Who next on the phone? If I grab the phone, is somebody else supposed to get? It's just, man. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to put you in the frame of mind that I was in at this time, bro. And it was just mad chaos, bro. Then I'm starting to see people arguing. I'm seeing them beefing. I'm seeing them talking. And in my mind, I keep seeing knives. I see a knife in the dude's pants. I see another dude tucking a knife. I see a dude walking around with a joint in his hand, like it's legal. I ain't got nothing. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So when people want to know how people get overwhelmed in prison, or people like can't take it or commit suicide or go crazy, this is what you dealing with when you walking into a world that you never been in before, and you ain't got nobody. What you gonna do? Call home and, hey man, they got me up in here, and I don't, man, it ain't nothing they can do for you. Nothing. Don't care who you call. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing they can do for you. Period. You calling for you. You ain't calling to do nothing. You calling because you nervous purpose. You calling because you want to hear a familiar voice. You calling because you want to feel like somebody care, but there's no help to be given. It's nothing they could do. It's nothing they could even tell you that's going to be even comforting, because they ain't never been in this position either. They could just be, they just like you. They just guesstimate. They just estimate. They don't even know. You can't even really fully explain how you feel and what's going on around you, because you don't even know. It's just, man, I'm telling you, it's horrible, bro. It's horrible. It's a horrible, horrible feeling, bro. And you going to have to learn on the fly, and you going to have to learn quick, and it ain't no mistakes allowed, because any mistakes can cost you your life. Cost you your life. Not your life is different when you playing with the stakes is your life. Not no money, not no something you own, something you possess, something you love, something you need, something you want. Your life. You got one. One bad move is over for you. If a joker would have ran down on me right then and there with the Bethlehem, and if he was able to get out on me, then it ain't nothing I could have did, bro. I could have fought, you know what I'm saying? But you talking about this against this. You know what I'm saying? Very, very vulnerable at that time, bro. Very, very vulnerable at that time, man. And then, like I said, man, it was just state of mind. You got to get your state of mind in order. You got to fight your mind and not be overwhelmingly scared. You know what I'm saying? Obviously scared. You gotta fight that, man, because it's like jokers is looking at you anyway, because you knew there. They don't even know you, but you can see the eyeballs on you. You can feel the eyeballs on you. Like, who is this sucker? Who this new dude? Who? Oh, he look young too. Who is he? Just like the rest of them. They was just coming in there. So it was crazy, man. So eventually, I heard a dude saying something about DC, and I could overhear him. You know what I'm saying? While I was standing around waiting, because I wasn't doing nothing, coming out just to get on the phone. Every time the phone, use the phone, you get off the phone, you gotta go back. I just try to wait for the phone, get on the phone. You know what I'm saying? At the time, call my wife, call my mother, call my brother, somebody. You know, I heard the dude was talking DC stuff, and I knew, I could tell from his lingo he was from DC too. You know what I'm saying? And I eventually said something to him and found out he was from the city. So kind of made you feel a little like, I don't know. I don't even know him. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know him. I just knew the part that he said he was from, whatever. He told me he'd been locked up a long time. He was a tall, slim dude. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't like no killer or nothing, but he was respected. But he was also, a dope fiend. You know what I'm saying? He was on that dope. But he won't like no dude people just was gonna walk over. So he started to, or attempted to give me a little good game about this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Where you from, Sean? I'm from Southeast, man. Man, how you get in, man? It's a long story. Woo. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of time? Yeah. Man, woo. He gave me little game stuff like that. So boom, now I got a familiar face now, or somebody that's from where I'm from. So, but you don't even know who to trust. I don't even know if I can trust him. At the time, I didn't even know he was a dope fiend. You see what I'm saying? So that was cool. And then I think within a couple of days, it was a dude on my tier. He pulled up on me and asked me what my name is. And I'm like, why? What's up? You know what I'm saying? He said, nah. He said, you got some people down in Hopewell? I said, yeah, why? He said, oh yeah, cause that's where I'm from. I'm from down there. And I think I know your peoples. I said, who my peoples? And he did. He knew my peoples, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, boom, yeah. I said, man, I ain't know him. I never knew him. And he said that he had been there about 4 or 5 years or something, man. But he said he got 50-something years. So when I called home and I asked my mom them about him, and my mom tell me who his people is and said, yeah, she do know. Oh yeah, I'm glad he was locked up. And I was like, what he was locked up? What did he locked up for? He said he got 50-something years. And she told me he was locked up because he unalived his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Out there in broad daylight, unalived his girlfriend, vicious way. You know, so I was like, ah. So I don't even know how to judge that. I don't know how, you know what I'm saying? I don't know the circumstances, I don't know. But he didn't even, for me looking at him, he didn't even seem like that type of dude. He seemed like a mild mannered dude, and he was like low key quiet. You know what I'm saying? But he, he did approach me. You know what I'm saying? So then now I got two people on there that I know, and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually he had the young dude slept right beside me. He looked like he might have been 1 or 2 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? I just got to kicking it with him because we was like right directly beside each other. And he was young, you know what I'm saying? And he was waiting to leave. And he eventually ended up getting into a situation with dude and dude. I told you, poked him in the eye with a broomstick. He had an eye patch on his eye, almost lost his eye. You see, yeah, almost before he left. Now, another story because of what we talked about yesterday, and this is a true story. All my stories is true. No bullshit. He, as a matter of fact, ended up doing a little time, or I don't know, he ain't have a lot, but he did some time or whatever. And I ran into him like 12 years later, and he back in the system, and he was a boy. I spoke on that in another video. For he was a boy. He came back and he was a boy, and he was a young dude when he was in there with me. One of the young. He was a boy, and I you know what I'm saying. When he put up on me and started talking, I said, "Man, why I remember you?" And that's what it was. He said, "Remember, man, I had my eyes." Now he a boy. And I said, man, what's up with all this? He said, man, I was like that in there, man. Everybody just saying no. He said, I was like that on the street, but I was locked up first time. I was just ain't really want people to know. He said, but now I got a lot of time, man. I might not never get out no more, man. So I'm just living me, doing this me. And I was like, yeah, yeah. I respect that, but wow, like wow. It just I hadn't encountered nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But that was him. You know what I'm saying? He ended up being in my building for a minute, and he got with some dude, and then he ended up in a whole nother building. So I rarely ever saw him like that. And then after I left that institution, I never saw him no more. But he was in the wall with me, and he won't. From my perspective, I didn't know he was like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, man, you never know. And then it's the pressures of this time and going through and living the life that you gotta live, man, you never know what you might see, bro. You never know what you might see. And that's why you don't never know who you talking to. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? They this person today and somebody else when you meet them on another compound. So crazy work, man. But like I said, I knew them, and then eventually it was a dude downstairs, Bobby. Shout out to Bobby Swarford. Bobby was about my age, a year or two different, and Bobby was in there sitting on life sentence too. Now, coincidentally, me and Bobby would run into each other for the rest of our bit. I mean, the entire bit different. We probably been on 6 different institutions together. We were running to each other periodically, but we had issues too in the past, small issues, but we more or less we remained cool through the rest of our bid. This was in the beginning of our bid, and I think we had like right after there, like on Augusta, I think we had issues when I had the problem with the Gomez joint because he was cool with Gomez. And he kind of like said something to rub me the wrong way, and we got into a little issue, and boom, we ain't speak for a while, whatever. But years later, we, you know what I'm saying, we ironed all that out, and we remained friends throughout our whole bit. And the crazy thing is, I'm talking about entire bit when I was on Nottaway and I made parole, Bobby was on Nottaway. He made parole before me and left before me. And he made parole from in segregation. I never seen nobody else do that. Never seen nobody else do that. But in his favor, he was in segregation on an investigation. He hadn't actually been convicted of anything. But the investigation was they thought he got something out of the vision room. And they were supposed to be checking the cameras, do boom, 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 boom. But whatever the case may be, he made parole when he was back there in the hole. And they tried to stop him because he was on investigation. The administration did, but it worked out for him. He got out. He probably got out about 8, 9, 10 months before me. but we was actually in the war together. You know what I'm saying? And we was two of the youngest ones in there. And the dude that turned out to be, you know what I'm saying, funny money. But crazy, man. But you are definitely in a different world, man. When you walk into the penitentiary, it is not going to be anything like you've seen in the movies, the TV shows, and nobody going to be able to, they can't recapture that on camera. They can't unless they just put a camera in there. Anything else is acting. This is real life and death up in this joint. Not recapture that on camera. It's got to be a lived experience, brother. And hopefully and prayerfully none of y'all ever have to go through that experience, brother, because it is, yeah, man, it ain't gonna never leave you. So, anyway, man, I just wanted to share that with y'all, man. Hopefully in life, nobody will ever tell you, welcome to the jungle, you know. Hopefully, y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. Stay free, man. Like the video, hype the video, man. Talk to me, I talk back, man. We out here, and by all means, duck them hooks, man.
The banky special. Yeah, pure deliciousness. Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.